What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 75. And it's also the 1 year anniversary. Let's go!
Yeah, dog.
Yeah! Thank you, everyone that tunes in and watch. It really helps out. It's fucking awesome. Everyone dropping comments and shit. Much appreciated. Let's fucking go. But as we started off the podcast, we had Volkanovski versus Islam. Big fight, big shit going on. It was a February card. And for this February pay-per-view, UFC 298, Anaheim, California, Volkanovski is back. This time, he's not moving up to 155. He's defending his title at 145 pounds against undefeated prospect Ilia Topuria. This one's scary.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I don't know. So, obviously, like, the biggest thing going into this one is the fact that Volkanovski is coming off a head kick knockout heading into this title defense.
4 months ago.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not... I heard it. I'm pretty sure if, like, he wins, he would be, like, the fourth person ever to defend his title coming off of a loss. And I was trying to, like, think about it, you know, like in my head of just like who the other people were. I know Max Holloway is one of them. I know Israel Adesanya is one of them. I don't know who the other person would. But either way, to get that done would obviously be in legendary company. If he is able to win too, being able to defend his title at the age of 35. No one in the 155 weight class or lower has ever done that before. The odds just are not on his side heading into this one.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because since 2020, the only champ that's still here is Volkanovski. He's actually like the fifth longest reigning champ in terms of days, like in UFC history.
No, yeah, it's crazy. Like, he's just been such a great champ, and it just sucks how many odds are against him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just his age. It's not just one thing. Like, it's all of it, you know? It's his age. It's the fact that he's coming off of a loss, it being a knockout loss, and that loss only being 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, Saturday night is not going to be the first time he's getting hit since getting knocked out, because he's obviously been training, going through camp, sparring, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just not good for him, bro.
Not. And because
I would have way more faith if we waited longer, and even if he was more into the age of 35, closer to 36 at that point, I'd have so much more confidence.
Like even if this was the main event for UFC 300, or if it was on UFC 300, I would have way more confidence in Volkanovski. It's just, you know, like I said, as soon as he got knocked out by Islam, he's like, no, I'm still trying to defend my belt in January, and it's like, you're losing. Like, you're getting knocked out in that fight. And yeah, 4 weeks later, he gets booked for UFC 298 instead of 297. And it's like, bro, that's not enough time to let your brain heal. You're fighting at the highest level of the sport. Like, Ilia Topuria coming in at 14-0. He's been absolutely smashing people on his way up to this title shot. Like, easily beat Josh Emmett over 5 rounds. The way that he fucking dispatched of Bryce Mitchell, fucking Jai Herbert up a weight class at 155. Like, he got rocked with a big head kick in that one, almost got finished. But to be able to come back, and the way that he fucking ripped him to the body, came up top, and dude looked like he got hit with like a shotgun blast or something and just fell to the floor. Like, it was absolutely disgusting. Is probably going to be the biggest puncher that Volkanovski has ever fought in his career, and just, again, got knocked out 4 months ago. That's fucking scary, man. I don't think that Volkanovski is going to be able to get it done, honestly.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing. It's just the way it is. Like, it's just weird the way they ended up booking it, where you couldn't have switched to O'Malley and fucking Volkanovski. Like, O'Malley fought what, way back in August? September?
Yeah, August,
yeah.
On the Boston card, yeah.
Yeah, even though they made, Aljamain Sterling turn around real quick, but,
Honestly, I feel like the biggest thing is probably just Volk. Because it's like, dude said that he wanted to fight in January, and, like, because of medical suspension, he wasn't able to, so, like, he's just like, hey, let me get, like, on the next card. And even in the fucking media day leading up to this, dude's still trying to say that he wants to fight on UFC 300.
Yeah.
Like,
talking about he'll come save the day. Like,
Now he did. To be fair, he did say if he comes out unscathed. To be fair,
it's just crazy.
But that would be like if he comes out like I'll admit if he comes out and somehow subs Topuria in the first round, takes no damage, like just instant takedown into a sub. Like okay, fine, but that's not gonna happen.
But it's like what, like I don't know. Even then, it's just like there at that point there would be no one for him to fight though. You know what I mean?
Movsar.
Bro, they're saving the day with Volkanovski versus Movsar. You heard how Dana talked about him and Arnold in the last fucking fight, post-fight press conference. Like, dude is not getting a title shot. He's probably not getting a fucking top 3 guy. Like,
that's so crazy.
I feel like they'll sooner allow Conor to try and cut back down to 145 than they would give Movsar the next title fight.
Oh, you're
non-title fight,
right.
155, Volk versus Conor.
Bro, to be fair, Conor's the only
featherweight champ he has not beat.
He needs that accolade, you know?
Bro, if he had that accolade, instant featherweight GOAT.
I mean, if he beats Ilya, like, because I know there to like a lot of people and like listening to like UFC promotion shit like leading up to this.
Yeah.
Like they're already like saying that he's like the best featherweight champion like of all time. I still don't believe that's true. It's just you had Aldo run that division forever. Like he had 7 title defenses. He had 2 title defenses in the WEC. And it's like, I know people like, I don't know, some people want to like discredit that, but it's like, how can you discredit that when they bought the promotion and they literally gave him the UFC title? Like he did not have to fight for the title.
Yeah.
It's clear, like, dude was undefeated for 10 years in that division. Like he's still the GOAT. But if Volk gets this win, like especially with all the odds against him too, like just absolutely incredible. He's easily a fucking legend. Like right now, just was the number 1 pound for pound fighter for a while. Like dude is absolutely amazing. But fucking Ilya, I feel like Ilya is just gonna get in on the inside, and that fucking pocket boxing is gonna be nasty. Honestly, I feel like it's just gonna.
And to be fair, though, like, for the case for featherweight GOAT, like, at the moment, he has the second most defenses at 5. He is one. If he wins this one, that's 6 UFC defenses in a row. Like, if we just count UFC, because I understand why you count WEC, but it's just logistically, it's hard to do that because. I understand it, but
even with it though, that's like you don't have to like necessarily match like the same amount of title defenses. You know what I mean? It's like strength of schedule, competition, everything. Like to have fucking 3 wins over Max Holloway, it is just absolutely incredible. Like to destroy Yair and Brian and Korean Zombie, and that's the thing. Like to beat Ilya, like that's the next generation coming in. He's 14-0. Like it. Like, even counting WEC, that would be 9 title defenses, 10 title wins to 7 title wins, is still Volkanovski. Like, because then, I mean, like, he has the win over Jose, you know what I mean? I know it was, like, older version, but, like...
Has the win over Chad Mendes, who Aldo also has 2 wins over.
Yeah, and, like, just technique-wise and, like, how they fight, like, if they were both in their prime, like... I mean, I would honestly be worried about Volk for the leg kicks. That would be like...
That'd be a good fight. That'd be a close one.
Yeah, that would be fucking fun.
And plus,
all the ripping body shots on Volk and shit, like after some nasty leg kicks. Yeah, that'd be so good. If only.
In terms of the first title reign, he's only about 300 days. He's only about a year off in terms of total days.
What, from Jose?
From Jose, yeah, in terms of total days. But not for overall, because you gotta remember Jose was 2-time undisputed champ. Had tack on another 189 days, but he got promoted after Conor vacated or got stripped. So then immediately lost it to Holloway.
Good old Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what's just hard because I'm I'm just not even sure how actually of like a great fight it's gonna be. Like I don't know if there's gonna be any real sustained back and forth between them. Like
Right.
it just it could just be one-way traffic either way, because you also just have Ilya. Like I know we brought it up, but like the all-time cockiness heading into this fight is just out of the fucking world, man. Like
Conor McGregor-esque.
And it is kind of funny because like just a good amount of similarities actually, like between him and Conor, both heading into like their first undisputed title fight, both 6-0 in the UFC, both 27 years old, and both on a 14-fight win streak overall. So it is kind of interesting having like that many similarities. And then just the fucking talk behind it all is just
talk behind it. The stealing the belt during fight week.
Yup.
Like the similarities are insane.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Bro talks about Volkanovski as if he's not champ. Like he talks about him in past tense. 15-0 in his bio, UFC champion, road to champion on the way. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Because bro,
it really
if he
is.
loses,
Oh my goodness. Bro, I
feel like that's almost just another token under Volk's belt in the sense of just the craziest humbling of all time. Like,
yeah,
like that, because that's the thing. It like if he just like blows through Ilya too, it's like that would be like if fucking Jose went in there that night and just fucking mollywopped Conor. Like, they did an entire world tour for Conor to talk shit to Jose in fucking every goddamn country. And like,
yeah, that would be so crazy.
If Jose did what Conor did to him, like if he just knocked him out in 13 seconds.
Yeah, like
imagine the world of difference the MMA sphere would be if Conor had lost that first.
Bro, we still might not
fight.
have like ever had a 2-division like simultaneous champion if that happened. Honestly,
it's possible.
Yeah, like because up until that point, like up until Conor, the UFC historically was never a fan of that because it's like they're always just like you can't run 2 divisions. Like you're gonna have to give one up, and like they don't like when someone just relinquishes the title, but. Then they saw how much money and how big of fights that were, and they're just like, okay, it makes sense sometimes.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If they could, I was about to say, if GSP and Anderson couldn't convince them, no one else, I think, would have ever had that cachet except Conor.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
Jones never made enough money.
Yeah, no. If they were able to. Well, not because it just would have been too far off. But like, if they were able to get Chris Cyborg in like the 145-pound division and like sooner, then like and if Ronda didn't lose, then it's like they would have done that. But either way,
now
though,
we're changing way too much in MMA history.
Yeah, just fucking. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're all in agreement though that Ilya's probably getting this done.
Probably, but I kind of want Volkanovski to win.
I want Topuria to win, man. It just the levels of stardom that he will reach. Like, dude already has more followers on fucking Instagram than Volk does. Like, and Volk's a very like solid, consistent draw for the UFC. Like, they very much love him in that way. Like, dude is going to. He's probably gonna be the biggest UFC star, honestly, if he knocks out Volk in spectacular fashion.
Yeah,
he can.
This is like O'Malley wants to be the star, but it's like
dude
he don't got the shit behind
it.
Yeah,
like he just doesn't have the personality.
Who doesn't have a documentary coming out?
Yeah. Topuria realistically could have 2 countries rallying behind him in Georgia and Spain.
And he was born in Germany. He can get that country behind him if he wants, but he doesn't even rep that shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So that's kind of the big thing. It's just like, damn. And then, if you put those 2 together, if O'Malley beats Vera, that could be a million pay-per-view. Yeah, that could be a million pay-per-view buys.
Oh, that's a really interesting thing. Like, I don't know. That
make them the tough coaches.
But I don't know. Do you think that would help with like pay-per-view numbers?
What?
If they made them tough coaches?
If the season was good, yes. If they did what they're supposed to do as coaches and talk shit to each other and have fun, absolutely. And I feel like there's no way that if it's fucking Sean and Ilya, they're not going to be talking shit.
At least Ilya is going to talk shit.
And there's no way Sean isn't going to say something.
No, see, what's going to happen is Ilya's going to, like, say some shit to Sean, and then he's going to be like, oh, whatever about it, and then the next day when they see each other, Sean's going to be like, yo, and then just say whatever.
And then Topuria will come up with something on the spot, and...
He'll be like, I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Exactly, like, I don't know. Also, It
might be too much Sean. People might realize that they don't like him, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. I think overexposure from Sean O'Malley could be an issue.
No, it's fine because they just have to edit it correctly.
That's true. There's very little of him.
Yeah,
and just
only,
like the good
only
parts.
when he's doing obviously like when he's coaching whatever. Because when you're coaching, that's fine. That's a part of it. But then
all his coaching is going to be outside training with him smoking a blunt while they're fucking doing shit.
That's fine. And then the only other shit that you show is when he's talking shit to Ilya. Edit it to make it seem like he had that comeback right on the spot.
Jesus.
You know?
Bro, that would be so funny. It's just fucking 3 days later, and he's in like the little back spot where they do the personal thing, and he's just sitting there like, all right, come on, wait, what do I like? And then just says whatever. Every comeback he has is just in that little fucking. But yeah, either way, it's gonna be a big fight. I hope it's gonna be a good fight for as long as it lasts. Mm-hmm. I don't see it going past like 2, maybe 3 rounds. Like it might get into the third, but I don't even think it will, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're wrong, but I think you're right.
I just want a good fight.
Yeah, that's
good
fight, good performance. That's all I'm hoping for.
The problem is I like both guys.
Yeah, but from the main event to the co-main event, another Aussie fighter in this one versus our boy on this side of the fucking screen. Not that guy over there. He don't fucking respect him. Paulo Costa versus Robert Whittaker, Bobby Knuckles.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because Bobby Knuckles is my boy.
Yeah, listen. He's everyone's boy. Everyone respects Bobby Knuckles. I mean, there are some people that are crazy that don't, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
But... it's funny because I see a lot of people talking about like, I don't believe this fight is happening until Paulo shows up. I don't think anybody understands Paulo. They don't. The other fights that were announced when he was supposed to fight Whittaker, when he was supposed to fight Ikram, he never signed that deal.
Yep.
The UFC was just trying to get him to fight, so they booked it, they announced it so that he would like feel the pressure to take the fight. But Paulo's not that guy. He's not going to do it. He wasn't posting about it. He wasn't talking about it. He's not fighting. When he was going to fight Hamzat, we saw the injury, but leading up to it, he was ready. He went to where the fuck was it? Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
He went to Abu Dhabi like he was ready, but that was an injury. We all know what happened. Not his fault. He's talking about this fight. All he's been talking about is fucking
and
UFC.
He did media day. He's there.
Yeah,
you know
that's what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. Like he's been talking about UFC 298 leading up to this. He's been posting about it. He showed up to media day. He's fighting, and talking about missing weight. He only missed weight against Vettori, and that was funny. So.
Yeah, I like because I know we were talking about that the other day, and I think you might be kind of right where. He might have just done that to piss off and like fuck with Vettori. Like I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I genuinely think that.
If Vettori is the only person he could have pulled that on.
Exactly.
Every other fighter would have said fuck off.
Exactly. Vettori is a meathead, an angry meathead, and Paulo is funny as fuck. Bro has never missed weight. He has always made 185. One thing happens and people are just like, oh, he's gonna miss weight. He's not gonna show up. Da. Like we just have to understand his patterns.
Bro,
and
that
I think
Zoom call though was one of the greatest things in fucking UFC history.
Yes.
Like fucking. Paulo saying like that the weight isn't his problem, that if he doesn't want to fight, like that's his problem, and watching Marvin's brain just implode of like just what the fuck is going on right now, bro. Like, it's show. Like, how do you not love Paulo, man? Like, that's so fucking funny. Like,
I miss weight is not my problem. I fight. If you don't fight, that's you. That's a you problem, bro.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure he never signed the contract until fight week. So he showed up just like, we're fighting at 205. Like,
yeah, like, come on, it's hilarious. Anyway,
he's the GOAT, man.
So yeah, I just had to get that out of the way because he's fighting, he's gonna be there, and it's gonna be fucking great, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But
he might lose.
Yeah.
I don't want him to, but like bro, people acting like Whittaker's fucking washed because he lost to Duplessis. It's like, nah.
He's not washed.
He's not.
I'm glad
like
you said that.
Huh?
I'm glad you said that because I am verifiably like a Whittaker like fan. Like I'm like he's one of my favorite, if not my favorite fighter of all time. Like it's just like
yeah, people acting like he's washed is fucking insane.
He's only lost to two people in the middleweight division. That's Israel Adesanya and Dricus Duplessis.
Who lost in what, the last decade?
Yeah, I was about to say. Luckily,
the last time he lost to someone who was not Izzy or Dricus was 2014.
Wonder Boy.
10 years ago, almost to the day. February 22, 2014.
At welterweight, too.
At welterweight, when he was killing himself to make welterweight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fucking insane. Former champ and current champ. Like, oh, he's washed, he lost. Bro.
I was about to say, look, the loss aged a little bit better because Dricus became champion. I won't lie.
Sean Strickland got robbed.
But he's beat Vettori, and Vettori didn't even argue that he won that fight. He accepted a loss. Think about that. Vettori accepting a loss? Unheard of.
Bro, watching him get fucking mad and act like he should have won the fucking Izzy rematch was one of the craziest things too. Like, dude so clearly got beat in that fight. And for him just be like, just angry, fucking stumble around. It's like, bro, what? Like, and then he even just looked at him and was just like, all right, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, I thought you would have had to accepted that one, but my bad. Like,
oh, man.
It just...
so funny.
I mean, because it's like, yeah... Like, Whittaker has, like, I don't know, he's always just been kind of vulnerable with his style, you know what I mean? Like, just blitzing in and out and just how he fights, like, it's always been there for him to get, like, clipped and countered, but he's just been one of the best fighters in the world, so guys just can't do that generally.
Yeah.
And it's just like with Paulo, he is a pretty solid counter fighter, so, and I feel like with just his size and, like, you know, relative... like, yeah, just similarities to Dricus, like, you know, could potentially help him out. But it's like, he's mainly just got that fucking body kick up on the cage, and, like, he's got some good big punches, you know? But he's not even really one to actually, like, finish people like that. Like, he gets TKOs, and
I
don't know if he can do this, man.
I was supposed to say, before Dricus even came into the UFC, the comparison was between him and Romero.
Yeah.
Who Whittaker has beaten twice. Second one, you know, disputed, but...
Yeah. I feel like this, if Paulo can go in there and he, like, walks through Whittaker, I feel like that'll be more of, like, the signs of, okay, maybe Whittaker is getting older and getting, like, and he's just not there anymore than, like, oh, Paul, because he's saying in the media day that, like, we're going to see, like, a different version of him, like a new Paulo. It's like, I mean, he hasn't fought since fucking August of 22 in Salt Lake City against Luke Rockhold. Yeah. So it's like, there are just so many wild factors into that to, like, get a good reading of where he's at. Crazy altitude against a fucking, like, just a former champ. Like, it just a lot. I don't know. It was just a weird one. And then he got fucking all bloodied up, you know, smiling. He loved that shit. He tried to deny it, but you can't deny the reaction in the moment, you know?
And you gotta remember, that was, what, a year and a half ago?
Disgusting.
That was a 37, 38-year-old Rockhold, though.
Yeah, but
Rocco's got some good kicks, you know?
You know, who last win was in 2017 against David Branch. Then got KO'd by Yoel Romero and then KO'd by Jan Blachowicz.
Listen, all I'm going to say is that I'm not mad at Paulo for not finishing Luke because it was in Salt Lake City. Like, altitude truly does make a difference.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like...
It's still not great. I understand.
It's not.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like it's a great win for...
Who was the last guy this guy finished? The last time Paulo got a finish was Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah. No, Uriah Hall. The fight after Johnny Hendricks.
My bad. All right. Yeah, 2018.
Yes, July 2018.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like it's gonna be more of just telling of where Whittaker's at in this one. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't think Paulo's gonna.
I hope he can, though. I want Paulo in a big fight. Paulo for champ. Paulo's got to fight Dricus. He's got to fight Sean Strickland. He's got to fight Hamzat. Like, all three of those press conferences, amazing. Bangers. Great build-ups.
I do want Paulo Hamzat.
It's going to suck when he loses, and he's going to be fighting Roman Dolidze, Jack Hermanson, Paul Craig, winner of Paul Craig, Kyle Braulio.
So he's going on a 3-fight winning streak after this loss.
I honestly could probably beat Dolidze at this point.
He beats every one of those names you just said. For sure. Paulo ain't that bad.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think. Like, Hermanson.
Come on, man. I know he just won, but you think that Hermanson can beat Paulo?
Via split decision, yes.
If it's at 205, no.
If it's at 185.
He's not doing that to Jack. Jack's not taking that fight.
I was about to say Jack would tell him no.
Yeah. Nah, Paulo's going to be in like big fights, win or lose either way, so it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope Paulo can get it done, but more than likely, we're probably going to see Whittaker get a pretty solid bounce-back win after that real rough loss to Dricus.
Hey, and if he wins, I know he wanted to fight Strickland. I'm pretty sure Strickland has wanted to fight him.
That's a good fight.
And I like that fight a lot.
That's a good fight night main event. Think they throw that in the Apex?
I'm sorry, you said who?
Probably.
Strickland, Bobby Nux.
Strickland, Whittaker. Unless there's going to be an Australia card, like somewhere during, like in the middle of the summer.
That's true. Australia does love Sean Strickland.
And it's Whittaker.
Yeah, but you know Sean Strickland is going to be the fan favorite there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you there, but like...
Wait, really?
Another...
Yeah! You're not online enough, Kate. Bro, people, like, it's crazy how much everyone loves Sean now. He was the man in Australia. He was the man in Canada.
I know he was the man in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's...
That's funny as fuck.
Like, he was getting so much love in Australia in his fight against Izzy. Like, and then he won.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Sean Strickland is, like, easily one of, like, the biggest fan favorites, like, in the UFC right now.
I think out of the two Seans, Strickland might be the bigger star.
Oh, there's way more love for Sean Strickland than O'Malley.
Yeah.
There's zero doubt in my mind about that.
Which is the funnier part of the whole thing.
Is beautiful.
It's because Sean Strickland has a personality.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley just looks like he has a personality.
That's why he does the hair.
But yeah, 185 co-main event, big fight. It should be a good one either way, no matter who gets it done. Oh, but this featured bout. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention before too that because we do got like some draft fights on this card. Kate's got Ilya heading into the main event, so that's pretty nice. And then the second head-to-head matchup this year for me and Ginger in this featured bout, 170 pounds, 2 top 15 contenders, Jeff Neal versus Ian Machado Garry. Ginger over here seems to think that Neal's getting it done for some wacky reason. That's crazy. It's not crazy. He's good.
It's not crazy. He's like, good. He's got good boxing and counter striking.
Yes.
And we saw what Kanong Song did to Ian Garry.
The thing that I am for sure most worried about for Ian in this matchup is the movement of Jeff Neal. Because, like you said, he's got good boxing, but it's the movement that he has that really, like, just sets him up, like, a level ahead of these, like, a lot of these guys with the hands, you know? Like, he's so good, always bouncing in and out, cutting angles, great jabs, just, like... an amazing boxer. Like, he is very good. I mean, I know dude did come in 5 pounds overweight against Shavkat. A very big factor. But he did give Shavkat all he could handle until he got fucking choked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a tough one for Ian, for sure. By far his toughest test heading into this one. 13-0. What, 7-0 in the UFC? Or 6? 6-0.
I think it's 6.
Yeah. But, like... honestly, the way that he did D-Rod, like, I know that, you know, he got touched up real bad by Song Kinong, but he was able to come back and get that finish in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
And I was down him after that too. I thought that D-Rod might be able to beat him after that. But that dude just fucking smashed him so easily. It's like, that was really like, okay, this is, like, you're definitely on this level. And we seen fucking Mike Malott try to fucking do the fucking Ian Garry game plan against Neil Magny. Did not fucking work out.
No.
Like,
not even a little bit.
Neil Magny got an amazing comeback win in that fight right after Ian made him look like he should never be in the top 15 again.
Yeah.
Like, it just showed, like, there are just levels to it. And like, undefeated prospect coming in at 170, Ian's right there as one of the best.
Oh yeah, he's definitely up there. Like, there's no doubt about that. It's just like, where is his actual ceiling going to be at this moment? Where is his ceiling? What is his actual?
I don't think.
I'm not saying potential for. I'm not saying potential for the future, but at this exact moment, I feel like Jeff definitely gives him a harder fight than I think anyone else has yet.
Well, yeah.
I think
naturally,
that's
as is to move up.
Well, yes, but like. I really want Jeff to win.
Okay, I thought that the only time he got KO'd was Kevin Holland. That was outside of UFC back in 2017.
I was about to say, how many fights in was he?
That was his 8th fight.
8th fight.
He was 6-1 heading into it.
Yeah. RNC, but in his 3rd fight.
Yeah.
3rd round, had he ever gone? Okay, he'd gone to decision twice before that, at least. So never mind.
I don't know. I don't even know if this is gonna be Ian's hardest fight that he's had in the UFC, honestly, because I honestly think that he might just look very good against Jeff Neal and have a pretty great performance, honestly. Like you said, he is a great boxer, but Ian might just go out there, start blasting those legs out from underneath him. Like, he's got real good fucking, like, just counter shots himself. Like, if he can pull Jeff into him and, like, just count, like, I would not be too surprised if Ian gets it done in, like, the 2nd round, 3rd round with KO TKO. I think this is going to be a show-out performance for him. I mean, his last one was a show-out performance, but... yeah. But like you said, it's like, biggest name, like... supposed to be the toughest fight going in, like, looking as good as I feel like he could. This is gonna be a good one. And I mean, he's like been fucking. He's got his whole plan going on too. He's saying that he's gonna fuck up Jeff Neal, then he wants Colby Covington after, and then he's gonna retire him.
Which
do you think he'll ever get the Colby fight?
No.
If Colby Shavkat is actually in the works and that fight actually happens and he loses that badly, I don't know that he'll want to take another like prospect coming up undefeated like you know what I mean, like at that point he'll probably just want, I don't know if he'll even fight after that, but if he does, like I think he'll want the easier fights. He'll want, you know. Yeah,
because that's what I was gonna say. Like, bro, if he does fight Shavkat and he just gets ripped apart, like he's not coming back, man. He's done. Like,
that's exactly. So Shavkat might be the one to do it, but if he does, he's not taking another younger undefeated guy.
It's just funny
This
that
is-
Ian being like, "Oh, he has to take the fight because I say so, so it's gonna happen."
Mhm.
It's like, bro, you like,
Ian, shut up.
it's just, and I don't know, maybe it's just like the fact of not liking him as much because it's like Ilya just saying all this shit or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, like, and I guess it's because like I feel like Ilya can be like the next big star, you know what I mean? But it's like Ian just talking how he does and everything. It's just like, it's just too much sometimes, you know what I mean? Like,
there's not a lot of there's a lot more fan detraction than there is love.
oh,
I will
mean,
say that.
Dude doesn't have fucking comments enabled on his fucking social media. Like, of course
Wait,
there's more
still?
fan detraction. Like,
Still?
yes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I don't think dude is like. You think as he
Nah,
keeps winning
Ian,
and gets
you're
bigger,
getting-
like it's gonna get better? Like,
Ian.
on the
Oh,
fucking
God.
like his media day for MMA Junkie, I was like just looking through the comments. There was like 13, and half of them were fucking like cuck or fucking just saying shit like that. Like it's just like, oh wow, I'm surprised that like fucking Layla isn't there to fucking like fucking just like intermediate like the questions and shit like that. Like just, oh, I'm surprised like, you know, he's answering the questions by himself. Like he must be like a big boy now. Like just literally, yeah, bro, dude will never
Yeah.
enable comments again in his life as long as he's a fighter, and probably after that, honestly, because that's just how MMA fans are. There are just certain things where they will latch onto forever, and
if you show weakness, oh, it's over.
yeah,
It is over.
like, bro, you know, the second that his comments gets enabled, like all of the haters are just gonna be posting like, hey, his shit's enabled, and it's just gonna just flood his shit with all fucking like it is what it is. But I don't know, we like talked about it. I just like, I know for me it's like at first it's just like, oh, not like a great look or whatever, but it's like in reality it's like he knows that he's still got to do shit on social media so he can be relevant, keep his name out there, get like promotional shit. But it's like now he's just not looking at all like the bullshit and hate. So it's like in all reality, he's probably much happier throughout his daily life not seeing all that than if he was. So it's like whatever you got to do to fucking live the best life you can. It's like, you know, fuck it.
No, yeah, for sure.
No, I get that. I just at that point I'm just like, I mean, you can just disable notifications.
Yeah,
You know?
it is what it is. But yeah, I feel like Ian Garry should be able to get it done. But I am very excited for this fight. It could be very fun back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Heading into the next one though. Is this the real greatest meme fighter right now? Merab Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo.
Yes.
Bro, I love Marab.
Dude is everything he fucking does is just top tier. It's so funny.
Yeah.
He's great. The whole fucking doctor fucking shit where he diagnosis brain damage. Like fucking he is so fucking fun. Just him, I just seen one, like, it was actually from, like, a couple months ago, but, like, I just seen it today, and it was just, like, fucking him dressed up trying to be a teacher, just teaching Henry how to fucking say his name, like, just seeing him repost the fucking video from 4 years ago where he jumped into a fucking lake of ice and cracked his head open, started leaking all over. He's just like, so fucking stupid.
Yeah, that shit was so funny. It's just him standing there, just, yes, fuck me, so stupid.
Why?
Stupid, fuck. No, like, just.
That's it. Him taking fucking O'Malley's coat, just getting on top of the cage, almost starting an in octagon brawl.
And then I know your favorite dude climbing the fucking side of
Dude, he jumped like what? Like his vert had to be at least like what, 30 inches? Like he had to jump pretty fucking high to reach that shit.
Yeah, dude started climbing like fucking, like where he was going was like 10 feet up from where he was.
Yeah.
Like dude just started climbing like a little fucking monkey. Just like it,
like,
bro.
I love
Merab.
fucking Merab.
Yeah.
So much. He's so much fun. I just don't know if he's actually gonna win this one. And I know I'm probably one of the very few people that think Henry's gonna get it done. But I know Kate loves to talk shit, but dude did get an Olympic gold medal, and he was a 2 division champion, defended both of those titles. Like, he is just once in a generation athlete. To be off for 3 years, taking off like the end part of your prime, because when he fought Aljo, was he 35 or 36 at that point?
36.
Okay, yeah. So coming in at 36 years old, and he was this damn close to being the first one 35 years or older getting a title, like, in a lower division. Like, I know watching it, you guys thought that Aljo won. I thought that he won, but loses the split decision. Insanely close.
I was at the end of it like, that's an either way one. I can't be mad either way.
Yeah, like, it was such a good close fight. And Merab's whole thing is he's got the cardio. He just does a whole lot all the time, and it just overwhelms people. I know Henry doesn't have a lot of KOs inside the UFC, but he does have a few. And it's like, I don't know, man. I guess with Henry's wrestling and grappling capabilities and not gonna be like afraid of the wrestling like that, it's also a 3-round fight. He clearly has cardio to go 5, so I don't think he's gonna get completely drowned in 15 minutes. Dude's got pretty solid striking. Merab is extremely open to get countered at all times. Like, it's just the fact that, like, he just does a lot, but because he does a lot, he's always just open for it. Henry might finish him early. Marlon Moraes, fucking old and beat up on a fucking terrible losing streak, almost got him out of there in the first round.
Yeah.
I feel like Henry might get it done, and then we're going to see Sean defend his title against Cejudo.
Nah.
It's entirely possible.
I don't know. I
Not gonna lie.
I disapprove.
But it's like, what? He's just gonna fucking, like, I don't think he's just gonna be able to spam takedowns on Henry and, like, just get away with them. Like,
we'll see. Henry's 37 years old now.
Yup. It's prime age at 135 pounds.
So true.
I mean, I guess, like, the only thing that, like, I don't really kind of like heading into it too is just, like, the fact of him being so open about, like, if I lose this, I'm retiring. Like, I'm just in it for the gold. Like, still saying that the goal is 145 pounds too. Like, he wants to win the fucking title at 135, still go up to 145. It's like, with just everything saying about, like, the Volk fight, age, numbers, and just the odds not being on his side. I know this isn't a title fight, but if Merab had the opportunity, he could easily have been the champ. Like, you know, this could easily be a title fight. It's right at that level. It's a rough one, for sure.
Oh, 100%. Like, there's no way this can't be a rough one.
And I mean, Merab was down to just hold Jose Aldo up against the cage, too, in their fucking fight, like, for as long as that went. So it's like, if that's what he's got to do to get it done against Cejudo, he's going to do it.
I was going to say, I kind of think that's what's going to happen. If he's able to, it might just be really boring, just clench, hold, on the whatever it is, he's just going to hold it.
Yeah.
He won't get a title shot after. Title shot.
Nope.
No, it's going to Corey.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think that they would give him a title shot off like this layoff. Like, I feel like there's no hype around Corey right now to go into a title fight. You know,
I was just gonna say that with Sean defending next month now.
Yeah.
And Corey saying that he'd be ready for like sometime this spring. That after fighting whoever he might end up fighting this spring, if he gets it, that off of that he could get a title shot.
Yeah, because who else is getting a title shot at 135?
No, exactly. So that's why I'm saying that I think that it could still be him, because it would just line up that if Corey can get that fight sometime this spring, then whenever Sean's ready to defend, then Corey's right there.
You think Merab wins, Corey comes back and fights Merab?
Maybe.
And then if Merab wins, then he'll get the title shot?
Yeah, but I don't know if Merab wins that one. That's a rough one.
I was about to say,
I could see Corey knocking him out before I could see Henry knocking him out.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm seeing him shoot in for a takedown as Corey's throwing a flying knee.
Yeah.
Bruh, because, Merab is so simple. Like, Corey probably looks at that and sees every fucking opening. Like it's just nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll admit, I imagine he watches, like, Merab. He'd watch Merab, like, on tape, and just, as he's watching it, literally, like, calculations are going off in his head. It's, I encounter here, if I move this way, I encounter here. Like, legitimately, like, seeing every single hole.
Yeah, that could be like a sub-minute knockout. That could be like him versus Frankie Edgar type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, either way, if Henry wins, he's getting a title shot. If Merab wins, he has to win in a decent enough fashion for him to get put into it. Because if he just wins and boring like that, it's not happening. Dana White already doesn't like him. He doesn't even really like Henry either. I don't fucking know, man. Dana's just talking shit about both of them, saying they both mismanaged their careers. So it's like,
yeah, but that's also Dana White.
But yeah, that's a good fight on the main card. Main card opener though, back at 185 pounds. We had a beautiful main card opener last week in the same division with the same kind of thing going on. A very heavy striker versus grappler matchup. And this is the better version at 185 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Hernandez, he subbed to Adolfo Vieira. Better version.
Yeah.
Roman Kapilov, way better version than Armin Petrosian as a kickboxer.
Yes.
It's not fluffy versus Ikram like it was supposed to be, but I honestly think this could end up being a better fight.
Yeah.
I am extremely excited to see who can get this done. It's one of them where, I don't know, Roman Kapilov coming into the UFC, he was extremely hyped and then just took 2 rough losses. He got the win over Alessio Di Chirico in Punahele, but, I don't know. I just wasn't the most impressed with him, but his last 2 much better finishes over, bit better solid competition.
That head kick over Claudio, oh my god. That kick came out so fucking fast.
Yeah, that shit was fucking absolutely nasty. Way to do it on a night with another beautiful head kick too of Poirier versus Gaethje.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the fan sentiment, and I don't know what the odds are, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kapilov is okay. Fluffy's actually a slight favorite, minus 180 at least on Tapology. I don't know where they get their odds from, but
yeah, but I think the reason he's the favorite is he's the one who had a full fight camp, whereas Roman's coming in short notice.
Yeah, that's very true.
So you always got to edge towards the guy who's gotten the full fight camp, but he also wasn't preparing for the same guy. So
yeah, much different fucking striking style than Ikram.
100%.
Ikram cannot kick like Roman Kapilov like that.
But also, to be fair, these two have been scheduled to fight before.
I forgot about that.
So
when was that booked for?
That was right. It was booked. Oh, give me a second. It was booked for September of last year.
Okay. So not long ago at all, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, Roman on 4th. Hey, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, even that was short notice because he was originally supposed to fight Chris Curtis and then Roman Kapilov. So I don't know when that got switched out.
Okay. It was Chris Curtis versus. That's right, because it was Chris Curtis versus Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kapilov. And then Hernandez pulls out, and it's Kapilov versus Fremd.
Yes, I forgot.
And we were why is this still on the card?
Well, that's that's just a beautiful classic UFC thing of needing a fight on the card and just replacements and you just end up with a new fight. I love that. It's so funny every time. I'll always accept it.
Yeah, because legit once I forgot that had happened for a second. That's oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, both of them on a 4-fight winning streak. Roman Kapilov, all finishes. Anthony Hernandez, he's got 3 finishes in there. Started off with that Adolfo Vieira one. Took a loss to Kevin Holland in the UFC, but also lost to Marcus Perez. 2 losses in the UFC. Both of them got 2. So both pretty similar in their UFC runs.
Yeah.
I just feel like Fluffy has just beaten the bit better guys. I feel like he's a bit more well-rounded, and I feel like he's just going to be able to get Roman down early, and he might get a first-round submission over him.
He could.
If he doesn't, he could easily just, like, work him, start to get him tired, break him down over, you know what I mean? Could be, like, a later submission, but I am pretty confident in Fluffy by subbing this one. I feel like he's going to maintain that ranking that he just got.
I feel the same way. And, like, there's matchups I would love to see him in at 185.
Yeah.
Him versus Kaio would be fun, just because I feel like he'd pull more out of Kaio's ground game than what Kaio has shown. Him versus Paul Craig could be an amazing grappling match.
Yeah. Like, him versus any of the fucking, like, grapplers in that division would be fun. And just, like, I don't know, I always love, like, a good, like, striker versus grappler, you know, just heavy on fucking either side. It's just always interesting to see, like...
Him versus Chris Curtis, if they want to rebook, that would be a fun one.
He fucks up Chris Curtis, I think.
I know.
I'd be more interested in, like... I mean, I know it's a bit further away, but, like, him versus Jared Cannonier. Like, if he keeps winning, like, that would be some fun shit.
Him versus Roman Dolidze?
That would be fun. I'd be sad if he loses to Roman, though. I don't want it.
Yeah. That's the problem. Where Roman falls now, it's like, who the fuck does Roman fight?
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. So you guys, you rocking with Fluffy? Kate, you rocking with Kapilov? Who you feeling? Or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet. It's probably going to be Fluffy, but it's like you said, when it comes to like the classic grappler versus striker, you never really know, because Roman clearly has the ability to just put people out. He's good with going to the body, going to the head. Like, who knows? But I do think that Fluffy should be able to get it done.
I'm rocking with Fluffy.
You say you're going with Fluffy?
That's who I've been rocking with so far, so.
Let's go. But the full main card, UFC 298, very fucking nice. And we got some pretty decent prelim fights on it, too.
Yes.
This next one, it's...
Another striker versus grappler.
I have such mixed emotions about this one. I am very confident that either one of them could shit the bed terribly and lose in spectacular fashion. 115-pound fight, female strawweight division, Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern. A real Brazilian versus a fake Brazilian. The fake Brazilian's the better grappler. What is going on in this matchup?
Why was this matchup even booked?
Short notice. Dern filling in for Tatiana Suarez.
That's right.
Which, very sad. Ginger could have had 3 fighters on this card.
I could have.
What do you feel about this fight? I want your opinions on this mainly.
The thing is that I really feel like Amanda Lemos shouldn't shit the bed. Like, you have to be a real fucking idiot to do that, because the thing is that Mackenzie Dern cannot take people down. So all she has to do is not go to the ground with Mackenzie Dern. That's literally all she has to fucking do. Is just not go to the ground and beat her the fuck up, which she can definitely do. But, like, if she decides to take her down and then just starts getting... like, oh my god, that'll be so disappointing, because I can see Mackenzie Dern easily shitting the bed and just not being able to get the takedown and just losing it on the feet. Like, that's really easy for me to see. But if Lemos goes to the ground with her, she's just fucking dumb.
Mackenzie Dern's got a probably UFC fucking record of, like, terrible takedown accuracy as someone with a grappling base of 14%.
Yes. But to be fair, you don't even gotta take Lemos down to supper.
Okay, but that was Jessica and Josh. And not because her jiu-jitsu is better, but just because it's her and she be doing shit and she's strong and she's good and she's definitely better than Mackenzie Dern. So, like, that's it.
And I mean, like, takedowns landed per 15 minutes on average. Lemos only goes for 0.82. So she's shooting, like, less than one time over a 15-minute fight.
Yep.
So there's a good chance that she's probably not going to shoot on her.
Which, like, I really don't think she would. But, like, but if she follows her to the ground or something, you know what I mean? If she just thinks, like, oh, okay, let me ground and pound her. Like, that's more of what I'm scared of, is that, like, if she does drop her and Mackenzie's just like, okay, let me stay here. And she's like, I can ground and pound her. And then she gets armbarred or something. You know what I mean? Like,
arm triangle. Not arm triangle. Triangle armbar.
It's something, you know, like, I could see that happening. Like, I hope that she's just smart enough to be like, no, stand up. And then fucking knock her down again. No, stand up. Like,
Mackenzie slips under, gets a heel hook. Like, literally anything could happen.
It's like, yeah, I feel like Lemos should win, but for some reason, I feel like Dern's getting a sub here. I really feel like it's happening. I just, bro, it's gonna be so bad. I feel like it's gonna be something stupid that Lemos ends up on the ground with Dern. I feel like it's gonna be like, I don't know, she's gonna fucking slip or something, like off of a fucking punch, or like it's just gonna be something terrible where they're gonna end up in some sort of transition and Dern's gonna get a hold of her.
I was about to say somehow, so they get into a clinch situation. Lemos has double unders. Mackenzie Dern pulls guard and potentially pulls her down.
I was gonna say, like, as you started to say that, if they end up in a clinch position, that's already too far. You already done fucked up. Yeah. Like, they shouldn't, like, just never. You should never do that with Mackenzie Dern. Because exactly, then she can just pull guard.
Yep.
Don't gotta take you down, just like, just come here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is not gonna be a great fight. And someone's gonna shit the bed.
I feel like someone's shitting. Like, I agree with you. I feel like someone's gonna shit the bed in this one. I just don't know who.
I have high hopes that Amanda Lemos is not gonna shit the bed, and she's just gonna fucking hurt her. She's gonna do what she should. Like, okay, she lost to Wei Li. She finished Marina. She finished Michelle Waterson-Gomez. I know that's not great, but you know what I mean? She lost to Andrade, whatever. She beat Angie. She finished someone. She decision. But you know what I mean? She can finish her. She can do it. And she's going to. Okay. And we're gonna.
And will she?
She can, well, she definitely can. She will. She will.
I don't know what's gonna happen, man. It's a wacky one for sure. This next fight though, I feel bad for the 38-year-old Marcus Rogerio de Lima. He's fighting. I mean, he is fighting the worst Tafa brother, Justin Tafa. The Tafa brother to miss weight at heavyweight. You know what I mean? First one ever to do it. You got to bring that up. It's just a fact. But this dude got knocked out real bad by Derek Lewis. Just talking about how his fucking like teeth were loose after that, and it was hard for him to eat. Like. He's been put away a few good amount of times at this point in his career. I feel like Tafa should be able to get this done in spectacular fashion.
This man lost to Blagoy
Yep, by decision.
Alexander Romanov by forearm choke.
Yeah, that's terrible.
In the first round.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, Derek Lewis was actually the first person to knock him out.
Really?
He's been subbed. I mean, the other ones don't say how he's lost, but they just say losses. Everything has just been subs.
I could have sworn he'd been finished by a KO TKO more times.
RNC, Gilly, Von Flew, arm triangle, forearm, decision, and then Derek Lewis with the knockout.
That was the other one I was about to bring up. But Stefan Struve did arm triangle this man. So...
Yeah, he definitely be getting subbed. I wasn't trying to put any...
No. Justin Tafa about to pull out his first submission win.
I was about to say, I don't think that's happening.
Be funny if he did, though.
That'd be terrible.
It would be.
You get subbed by Justin Tafa.
He's upping his game, Jimmy. He's only 30 years old. He's entering his prime. He's showing up at 264 this time.
Fuck off.
After cutting 35 pounds to make weight. Yeah, he probably won't sub him.
No, it's gonna be
God
a
damn it, this is
knockout.
gonna be a shit fight. Just going 15 minutes and fucking Delima's getting a split decision win.
No, don't put that energy.
You already put it out there
No.
by saying
Bro,
that he's only been finished one time.
But it was the last fight he was in.
Yeah, but that's six-pack
Yeah.
Derek Lewis. That's a different beast than Justin Tafa. I thought he was knocked out by worse people, too.
It's okay, because we have a better fight before that.
We do. Junior, you got any last thoughts on that heavyweight fight before we move on? Your favorite division?
Yeah, Justin Tafa knocks him out in the first round.
Let's go.
Overhand right.
Very nice. But this last real solid prelim fight that we got, Rinya Nakamura is back. He's fighting Carlos Vera.
Carlos making his debut.
Yeah, that's
36 years old.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Fought
he's
on
filling in
tough.
short notice for Brady Heastan, so that's how that happened. But
Who did
it's
he
still
lose to on
good.
Tough?
Rinya is a great fighter.
yeah, man.
Oh, he lost to Brad Katona.
Yup.
Oh, this man's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Bro, like, Rinya is going to run through a whole bunch of people in that division. Like, with his fucking debut with, like, the Road to UFC, like, finale, getting that beautiful fucking knockout, like, and then just coming out in his last one and just being like, nah, I was actually originally a wrestler. Like,
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm like a champion wrestler in Japan.
Yeah.
like,
Sorry for your luck.
dude just, I mean, obviously it was over Fernie Garcia, and, you know, it's clearly he's not at this level. Like, he, you know, we talked about it last week.
But it was still nice to see a different skill set.
Exactly. Like, just dominated him. Because wasn't he just fucking, like, constantly in north-south, just moving to, like, in and out of there easily?
Yeah,
like,
just
I mean, not for nothing,
showing
this is
the
something
skill
that I've
set.
never noticed going through his record. He's only 8-0, but he has consistently fought decent competition. Making his debut, guy was 1-1-1, so it's not like he was great. 1-0 fighting a guy who was 5-4-1. So again, not a great fighter, but it's like he's only had one fight compared to this guy with 10.
Yeah.
2-0 fighting a guy who's 5-1, 2 draws. 3-0 fighting a guy who's 23-7-1. Then 4-0, 8-3, 5-0, 9-2-2, 6-0, 10-2. You know what I mean? Like, he's
and then
consistently
Fernie and now Carlos.
fought up. Like,
Yeah, like that's the thing.
that's a
He
really
doesn't
good point.
have terrible. It's not like he has a padded record. And again,
not at all.
28 years old. He was gonna be training for, I believe it was this year, the Olympics this year. But when it was like one of the I think it was 2020 Olympics. And then he was, you know, those all got shut down. It wouldn't be till this year that the Olympics had. So he's like, fuck that. I'm going to go ahead and go into MMA now instead of later.
That's crazy. Yeah, he made his MMA debut in 21, so that makes sense.
Damn. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Hell yeah.
Well, this dude is, you know, Olympic level, at least for Japan, however high that ceiling is. I don't exactly know to make the Japanese Olympic team, but
I feel
that's
like
still
you're making
pretty
an Olympic
high.
team, like, you're fucking solid. Like, you know what I mean?
You have to be extremely solid. And a division like bantamweight, that could be dangerous.
Yeah. I don't think that this should be that rough of a fight for him against Carlos Vera, honestly.
Not at all.
Probably will look beautiful. Hopefully he gets another nice spectacular finish. That would be awesome.
Yes.
But I don't think it's going to take too long before UFC starts trying to put him into top 15 fights, honestly. Like, if he
even
blows the doors off of Vera, maybe one more, and then I feel like he'll be fighting a top 15 guy. But
I mean, a person outside the top 15 he could easily fight right after this fight. Could be like, even though I love him, Adrian Yanez.
Yeah.
That could easily happen.
that's a good fight. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want that for Yanez, man.
I don't want it for
Yanez is
Yanez
getting
either.
Fucked up again.
I'm just trying. It was the first person that came to mind outside the top 15.
Raffaroni.
I'm pretty sure Hayani Barcelos is booked, right, against someone coming up. But that'd be like an interesting one too. Someone around that level for sure. But Douglas De Silva De Andrade still fighting. That dude's like probably like 39 years old now, but he's a fucking monster. That'd be a good fight.
I mean, shit, he could fight someone like a Marcus McGee as well. Because Marcus is older. They might just be like, all right, let's feed this guy who's got 3 wins in the UFC
That's fucked
to this
up.
guy.
Imagine they gave him Umar.
I mean, that's a tougher competition than what he's gonna be. We'll get into that soon. But
Blackshear, another fighter he could get matched up with.
That'd be good. But yeah, either way, Brynja, he's about to run the shit. I'm very excited for this.
Oh yeah.
We got some other prelim fights. Nothing real too notable. Danny Barlow's on the card, so that's fun. Val Woodburn is back. I guess that's something, you know.
Sure.
Miranda Maverick opening the card against Andrea Lee. So
I was about to say he's fighting a debuting fighter in Elliott, and I guess he's supposed to be pretty good. So I've been seeing a little bit of hype on him on Twitter and stuff. So.
I'm taking Elliott by first round knockout. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, this dude's he's 9-2, 9 KOs, 3 subs, 4 decisions. His 2 losses are both KOs.
Very nice. But yeah, that's the UFC 298 card, up and down, Anaheim, California. Let's fucking go. And we got a little bit of fight news. Not much going on at all this week, honestly.
No.
But a very good, fun fight that got booked. 145 pound division. Jack Shore, he's back against Joe Anderson Brito. We were just talking about him the other day, and then this fight gets confirmed.
Yeah.
He took a real rough loss at bantamweight. He was running through that division, gets fucked up, just out-muscled, out-grappled by Ricky Simone, gets beat up in that one, moves up to 145 pounds, and he fought Makwan Amirkhani, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Makwan sucks, man. He is so not fucking good. He's just not.
Look, he either gets the first round finish or he loses.
Yeah, 90% of the time. Joe Anderson Brito is a fucking monster, man.
He's on a 4-fight winning streak. All of them finish punches, rear naked choke, ground and pound, ninja choke.
What are the names on there?
He finished Andre Fili by punches, Lucas Alexander by RNC, Weston Wilson by ground and pound, and Jonathan Pierce by ninja choke.
Yeah.
Jack Shore's getting murdered.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, his only loss in the
Andre Fili on there like that. That was the only one I had in my head off the top.
Yeah, his only loss in the UFC was Bill Algeo in his UFC debut.
Bill's fucking solid, man.
But he beat Diego Lopez on Contender Series.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was
Yeah. This is such a bad fight for Jack Shore, man.
It's so bad.
That win is aging like fine fucking wine for Brito.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking rematch that we gotta get at some point for sure. I mean,
him and Chepe Mariscal too.
Yeah, I mean, we might not even get that fucking rematch depending on how things go. Joe Anderson gonna have to keep fucking people up because Diego right there, he's up against Sadiq. We all feel like he's gonna win, and then he's into the top of the division.
He's at that point. If he beats Sadiq, I see him fighting Bryce Mitchell, possibly the loser of Calvin Kattar or Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
If Sterling stays at 145, damn.
It's always funny when earlier on in some two people's career, someone gets a win, but then whoever loses ends up further ahead in the UFC quicker, and it's the person that won that kind of has to chase them for that rematch of I beat you.
Pantoja Moreno.
And the other one I was thinking is Tracy Cortez, Aaron Blanchfield. And so it's just really funny that we're probably gonna end up there where Diego's in the top 5, Brito's in the back half of the top 15. He's like, hey, I beat this guy before. Can I get that fight?
Right on Contender Series, he's been here longer.
Man, it's so fucking funny. Yeah, absolutely amazing though. This is probably gonna be a terrible knockout loss for Jack Shore.
You started reading the ways he won and who he beat. I'm like, oh, what? UFC, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Dude, ninja choke Jonathan fucking Pierce. He's such a solid fighter.
Oh my god, I just remembered that fight.
It's realistically, with the wins he has, this could have been a top 15 opponent here.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with him, but maybe it's just the way shit's getting booked. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Jack's like, he was a real hype prospect, so it's like this in terms of like names and stuff. Like this is a solid win. Like
Yeah, for sure. He's 17-1, 6-1 in the UFC. Like,
yeah, I could see him getting a top 15 after this win because it's like. I love Jack Shore, but like we were talking about the other day, I don't feel like the move up to 145 is like, I don't think that's it for him. And with this one, I feel like he's gonna get shown that he probably should have stayed on 135. Like it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of 135 pounds, Kate mentioned it a little bit earlier. Umar Nurmagomedov finally has a fight booked, right? Corey Sandhagen, right? No.
Umar number 13. Ranked.
UFC debutante. Bekzat Almakhan. What?
See, when I said imagine they gave him Umar, that was because imagine they actually gave Umar a real fighter. You know what I mean? Like that was more towards that. Like, not like, oh, imagine Rinya was able to get that. Like, no, Umar would never. He's going to fight this guy, move up to number 11, fight a guy who's 0-1, move up to number 9. Like, maybe get a guy who's like 1-1, move up to 7.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if this was more of like no one in that top 15 is signing a contract against Umar, and then they were just like, we need you to get a fight, and they just found someone that would sign a contract against him.
You don't think not a single person wants to fight him?
Bro, tell me someone in that top 15 that's down to fucking sign a contract against Umar. Ricky Simone at 15. What, he just he just lost his last one to Mario Bautista. So it's like Mario, because that's also the thing. It's like who the UFC is gonna offer him to. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to fucking get him against Corey Sandhagen. You know, like
yeah.
Cheeto's fighting for the title. Like Song's not taking that fight. Davidson's lined up. Rob's not taking that fight. I doubt Jonathan Martinez wants that fight. Like Cruz and Pedro, they're not taking that fight.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is gonna want to fight Umar? Dude's got real Dagestani grappling, and he's an amazing striker too, with fucking beautiful kicks. Like, who the fuck wants that? Dude's 16-0.
I was looking at this dude's record right now. 17-1. The first couple that I see, when I'm scrolling down, I'm like, okay, fought someone who was 15-5, 12-4-1, 14-1, 12-4, 10-3, 11-6-1. Okay, that's not bad. When he was 10-1, he fought someone who was 1-1. When he was 9-1, he fought someone who was 7-9.
Wait, who are we talking about?
No, the person he's fighting.
Oh. Sorry.
And it's like, I was thinking, okay, maybe he could show us something, like a Diego did. Maybe we're, but now that I'm looking at like the people he fought, it's like, oh, this is gonna be a slaughtering.
Yeah, like this dude fucking dude fucking Morozov. He fucking beat Boom Kelleher. He beat Nate Manez, and then in his last one, he knocked out Hani Barcelos in the first round. Like,
yeah.
He has 3 fights where Tapology does not have a page for them.
Nice. That shows real high level competition. This is stupid. It's crazy, but cool, I guess. Umar, right? Hooray, he gets a fight. He'll get paid his regular contract to fight some guy that he should easily beat. So, easy money. On to the next one, though. 155 pounds. Not the fight that should have been booked at all, because we've been saying the same damn thing. T-Rex is back, but he should be fighting one person only. Someone making their UFC debut. And that's not Esteban Ribovic.
It's not.
Why are we doing this? He needs UFC debutants every time for beautiful first-round knockouts or submissions. That's it.
Short notice, maybe, too.
Yeah, that's preferably even better. Like, if you can get him against someone, like, making their UFC debut and, like, they're scheduled on, like, 3 days' notice, perfect. Do that, like, 10 times a year. Get him on, like, a 20-fight win streak. Let him break Anderson Silva's record. All against new UFC incomers.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
The disrespect to who? These newcomers are getting good, tough challenges, and T-Rex makes a shit ton of easy money. It's respect all around, brother. I just love T-Rex. I want to see him knock everyone out that I don't care about. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it is early enough that he can do it, but it's still scary. Esteban has way too many finishes for my liking, and T-Rex is there to kill or be killed. So
yeah, that's all his fights go.
I know. That's why it's scary.
Like, it T-Rex could fight Bilal Muhammad, and it's kill or be killed still. Like, it doesn't matter.
Hey, Bilal has a KO TKO win over Sean Brady.
You think that means anything?
Yes.
You get the point that I'm trying to make. Decision machine.
Would have been better if you said someone like Neil Magny.
That too. Neil Magny. But I mean, he just fucking got a finish over Mike Malott. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but...
Yeah, because there's decision machine versus someone whose body rejects decisions.
Yeah. But yeah, T-Rex, I'm always down for a fight with him, so let's fucking go, you know? Very excited for that. This next one, though, very excited that they booked this fight. Possibly the biggest beef in female UFC MMA right now.
Absolutely. Who else is beefing?
I mean, I guess if Myra won, then it would have been her and Juliana.
Nobody gives a fuck about Juliana, and that shit's all fake anyway. This is real.
That's true. Jocelyn Edwards versus Eileen Perez. They had a fucking crazy little dust-up when both of them last fought in the UFC PI. Apparently, it ended up with one of fucking Eileen Perez's coaches choking fucking Jocelyn Edwards as they were trying to break up the scrap.
Yeah, which that's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because a third-party person who, like, had heard what was going on and ran over, what they saw was dude choking her out past the point, like, she was damn near unconscious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there was just no reason to bring it that far, and of course, as just, like, a bigger male coach, like, that's just insane.
Yeah.
I guess apparently it started because Perez commented on, like, one of her fights, and Jocelyn didn't like that, but yeah, it's just funny. They had a little beef, and now they get to actually fight.
Hell yeah.
But you know what I thought was really funny and low-key disrespectful?
What?
The picture that Big Marcel used to post, like, the two fighters... And you know how she had a black eye? That's from Jocelyn Edwards when they fought in the PI before her fight.
Beautiful. I respect that.
Oh, that shit is so funny.
Oh, that's awesome. But I mean, honestly though, it should be a fun fight. Like, I mean, especially they both got some fucking bad blood with each other. Like, they're probably gonna go out trying to scrap. Like,
right? Actually, want to fight?
Yeah. So that could end up being a very solid one. This next one though, easily going to be a great fight because motherfucking Charles Energy Johnson, he's already motherfucking back. He was just like, nah, I know I just broke my 3-fight losing streak against an undefeated fighter. Second fight, like, you know, had his second fight in the UFC fighting Charles. He's like, fuck it. Let's go right back in there. Jake Hadley. I'm pretty sure Jake just lost his last one, right? You pulling it up?
Yeah.
But I know Jake, very solid
he lost
prospect.
the decision to Cody Durden.
That's what it was. Yeah, lost to Durden. But yeah, was a solid prospect coming into the UFC, and yeah, took a L in this last one. But Charles Johnson, he's just too much goddamn fun. He's so fucking good. Yeah. I feel like he's gonna be able to get it done against Jake Hadley.
Oh yeah.
You know, if he does, he'll break at a nice 50-50 record in the UFC. That's why he got to get it done. 3-fight losing streak into a 3-fight winning streak.
Yup, back
plus
to a
some?
3-fight losing streak.
No.
Yeah, because he's gonna be in the top 15 after that, and then he's gonna get on a 3-fight losing streak to Muhammad Makayev, Steve Ursig, and Tatsuto Taira.
He already lost to Makayev in his debut.
Running it back.
No.
Run it back.
No reason. Makayev's gonna be too far up at that point.
It don't matter. He's gonna be 15, and he's gonna fight number 3 Muhammad Makayev because no one else will take that fight other than the fucking Energy Johnson.
No, what's gonna happen is Perez is gonna pull out. Energy steps in.
Bro, that could actually happen.
Exactly, I know.
God damn it! Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Wait, no.
Yeah, knock on wood. That happens.
This fight is booked for May 11th.
He's just like, all right, I know I'm booked for May, but I'm willing to step in early March. Like, I can easily make both.
He's like, worst comes to worst, I get subbed.
He's like, what?
He wanted to fight on 300.
He's like, I'm already in a training camp. I'm good to go, man. Like, let's fucking get it done.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna happen now that you said it. But yeah, let's go Energy Johnson. Always down for a scrap with him.
Wait, no, it's not going to be Charles Johnson. I'm sorry. The reason why it's not is because Makayev already told Joshua Van to stay ready in case Alex Perez pulls out.
That's true.
Joshua Van's fighting Tetsuya Taira.
We'll see.
Yeah, I pulled that fight out of my ass, but it's also a realistic fight.
I know you said that. I'm just like, wait, was that booked? I'm just like, I don't think so. I'm just like,
I didn't have enough information to disprove it. So
look, I've learned if I can say something with enough confidence, sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, hey, that is, you just gotta throw it out there to the MMA gods.
I was about to say, I learned from the best Dan Hooker. Just say it, and it might come true.
Conceive, believe, achieve. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, so we'll see how that one plays out. What we're not going to see play out, though, is Brad Riddell versus Thiago Moises, which is probably good for Brad Riddell. He should not be fighting good fighters anymore.
Yeah.
But is he still on a 3-fight losing streak? Has he not fought since then?
I don't think he has fought since then.
Because what, he got finished by Moicano and fucking...
Finished by Moicano, Jalen Turner, and Fiziev.
Okay,
Fiziev. Yeah, he has not fought since then. This was the last fight he was supposed... and this is the only fight he's been booked in since then.
Yeah,
So...
He had some real hype coming in, being Izzy's teammate and all, looking pretty good, but
I'd say beat Drew Dober.
Yeah.
Jamie Malarkey. Those are his two best wins.
He's got a top 15 win. But yeah, so that's probably good for Brad Riddell that he's not fighting Thiago Moises, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably would have just gotten beat up on the feet to a submission loss eventually. But yeah. Edmund Shabazian, he was also supposed to be fighting
No.
What?
AJ Dobson was supposed to be fighting Dusko.
Oh, okay.
Dusko gets injured.
I thought it was Edmund versus Dusko.
No. One of these is...
It was.
Okay, yeah.
It was?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Who was...
I gotta say, I
Dobson
feel like...
was supposed to fight someone.
Dobson was supposed to fight Trayshawn Gore.
On this fight card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There it is. That's where I'm fucking up.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I was like, it didn't make sense to me that fucking... Like, it would be Dobson versus someone, and they would fill in Shabazian for that. But yeah, either way, Edmund Shabazian, he's, instead of fighting Dusko, which would have been an easy knockout win for him, more than likely, he's fighting AJ Dobson, which, I don't know, he should still probably get an easy knockout win, honestly.
Yeah.
Not that great of a fighter. But we'll see how that plays out. Edmund has also got very big flaws. So, yeah.
Yes.
Last little tidbit of news, though. Ilia Topuria's brother, he confirmed that he's got signed to the UFC. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. What does he fight in the same weight division?
135.
135. Ooh. Rough division for him. So
yeah.
We'll definitely see how that plays out, but it's just cool. Another set of brothers fighting in the UFC, you know?
I was about to say.
He's the worst brother. He's taken a loss.
Ah, shit.
He was knocked out.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. The worst sibling.
It'd be like that. There's always got to be a worse one. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. You got the Shevchenkos.
The Tafas.
The Tafas.
The Usmans.
The Nogueiras.
The Pettis bros.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only one that I can't really say is the Diaz brothers, because they're kind of on equal footing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah.
I think they're the exception, though, that proves the rule.
Exactly.
Because you got the
brothers,
Yep, the Patricio, the Pitbull brothers.
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll see how that goes. 135, probably the hardest division in the UFC. So
yeah,
we'll see. But there ain't nothing else to talk about. That's gonna wrap up this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe drop a comment. It helps out. We've been doing them fucking polls. Ginger, very nice. We'll see how everyone's predictions play out heading into this one. But we shall catch you in the review for UFC 298. Peace.